Hi guys, today's lesson about ERP implementation, I will teach you not from my desktop computer screen but just walking around my blog, because today's lesson is about research and finding possible solutions to the problems and goals we outlined in the first 3 steps of discovery phase. So we keep going with ERP HowTo, how we implement and digitize businesses for our clients. We have 4 stages, if you remember, and first stage is about discovery, planning. It's all about planning. Planning is like 80% of the success that you will get into your project. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? So before this, today we learned how to set goals for your business automation or business digitalization project. Then after that, we learned how to map out your business process, so we understand how you're doing things right now and what kind of problems you have. And yesterday we learned about gap analysis, how to outline the needs, the requirements we have, the kind of missing pieces we need to implement to get us from where we are right now to achieve the goals we want for our automation project, what kind of results we want to get. And now, having a kind of requirements for the project, now it's a high time to find out. Sorry, the airplanes are flying pretty low here. Let it pass just a few seconds and I will get it back, because probably will not hear. I'm not using headset today, so a lot of noise around, so sorry for that. But it's always better to do it like at a bit worse quality than not to do it at all. So I had this couple of minutes. I decided to do this on the walk today, because today I'm having a pretty busy day. Anyway, get back to work. So it's high time to do that research and find what kind of tools, libraries, existing solution, licensed software, open source software can do the job for us. What are the ways to achieve our goals, to fill in that gap that we found in the gap analysis step, that will let us achieve the end goal with the minimum effort and as soon as possible. That's the main goal of this step. And for that, there is no specific recipe. There are only guidelines how we that will help us make proper decisions. First guideline is we need to avoid reinventing the wheel. Obviously, we don't want to create things from scratch, especially there are things already created. And in most cases, we have something created. If we cannot reuse, if we have some specific unique needs that cannot be met by some full ERP for the specific niche you are in right now in your industry, then what we can do, at least maybe we can reuse at least some libraries, some add-ons, some plugins that we can put together and just do the less coding. Yeah, so sometimes we are lucky and we just spending our time customizing existing software, tools, licenses, and putting it all together, and it works. Other times we see that we can do this right now, but the business owner has such a plans to extend and add so many new features that all these new features to add we will spend more time than just to create them from scratch. And in these cases, sometimes we decide, okay, let's just create from scratch. Now it will be higher bigger investment, but it will pay off in the next 3, 5, 10 years. ERP automation projects, these are not like projects for 1-2 years that they will use. These are for decades sometimes. Businesses using same ERP, same automation tool for 10, 20, 30 years sometimes. So you need to think long term when you think about business digitalization and software like process automation. So the thing is that first guideline, you don't want to create from scratch unless completely necessary. We are looking to reuse at least some tools, some add-ons, if you cannot find full feature system that will completely fit our needs, which is a rare thing. So we usually need to weigh the pros and cons of both implementing it all from scratch or reusing some components or reusing whole system like as it is and just customizing. So there is no like silver bullet to that. We just need to consider. And for that, we basically research what kind of automation tools, software, hardware, drivers is available for this industry, for this task. If it's laboratory, we'll look for ELN, LIMS, ERP, different kind of drivers to connect laboratory hardware and devices and chromatography device and things to software, to the computer. If it's about solar panels, we look, maybe there's some CRM or tools like Solar Graph that will connect our sales reps with some software to draw panels in a better automated way on the roofs of our clients. If it's school, maybe there's like some students management dashboard which we can just customize for the needs of our client, of our business, and not create it from scratch. If it's some specific CRM which we can customize and add some AI, maybe we can spend our time only on AI component and not create basic things like pipeline management, CRM, deals, Kanban boards, and regular stuff. So we can always reuse at least some libraries at the least. So the thing is that we basically go over gap analysis document or requirements document. Okay guys, I have one more plane here, sorry for that. They're just flying like crazy over here. Need to make a little pause because it interrupts me completely. So we just go over gap analysis requirements or requirements document, whatever we call it, and see how we can satisfy each of the requirement line in that gap analyze or breakdown structure task. Can we use some, and we just analyze a couple tools. Can we satisfy all that with one tool, or we need multiple tools, or some of these require just custom coding from scratch because nothing. And then you see, okay, 50% can be done using existing software tools and different systems, and 50% needs to be created from scratch. And then we think, what about so this process is such unique and depends highly on the business you're running and the situation and the goal you have behind the digital transformation project, that it's hard to give you many more than these guidelines, right? So the second guideline probably will be the last here. We have many small things here and there, but I'll just share like two big things. First one I already shared with you, which is don't reinvent the wheel and try to reuse as much as possible. But on the other side, which is a bit contradictory to the first guideline, try to think long-term. Any automation, business automation projects are long-term. You will use your automation software for the next 5, 10, 20, even 30 years. So don't just think about now. What is easy solution now? Think about 3, 6, 12, 24 months from now. Do you want to add many more features? Are these features, would this be easy to do with the selected ready-to-use software system, ERP license, or better to spend a bit more time created from scratch, but all the new features will be twice easier to add, and you will spend less time adding more and more things, supporting things, bug fixing, etc. There is never like perfect solution for like 100%, 100% sure, okay, this is the best one. Usually we'll have to wait each of the tasks, each of the gap analysis row, and having the final decision made by all the stakeholders, from the agency you hire and advisors to all your team managers, so we can together decide what does it make sense to invest a bit more now or invest a bit more later. But you will have to invest anyway, but just to make it like proper decision, it will be just experience, and sometimes you will see that have you made a proper decision only later down the road. Just use these two guidelines, which kind of contradict itself each other, but on the other side this is kind of balancing out. That's why you have to have very experienced agency advisors which did very similar project and automation for the similar business like yours, so they can tell you for your specific needs, is it better to create something from scratch or use something, or create something in the middle to connect things together and satisfy your requirements or gap analysis document. Okay, I'm stopping here. It takes like abstract, a lot of words. Probably you've lost me, I guess. Anyway, just take these guidelines. This step is very custom. You need to talk to advisors, and they will do the work if you find proper advisor. Put the questions below this live stream. I will happily answer all of them. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow on the next lesson. And remember, people need